So I ended up gluing this side back together. And then we're missing one of those. Maybe it's on the side of the road. Then I put screws in all the major joints back here, back there. And the other side, it wasn't falling apart, but this piece over here was broken off. So I cut that, manufactured this fine looking piece of hardwood. That's from Grandma Loki's couch. And then I reinforced it with some screws. Then I also reinforced this up here and here. So she creaks when I sit on it, but that's because I'm fat. So she's done. Okay, so it's raining, and looks like I got a gutter breach of some sort up there I'm gonna have to deal with. Not sure what the heck's going on up there. Looks like it's actually torn apart. That's not good. These are vinyl gutters. They slide into the joints. That looks like that joint just slid right off. But plain water's coming out. So yeah, it's definitely raining pretty well here. Great. Looks like my pond is forming in the backyard. Echo, turn on pump.
New Music Friday from Chris's Spotify.
That's not it. Okay, so this is the part that bolts to the chair. So I cut this piece off, and then I found this piece of oak, but it was part of the couch that in episode 32 I deleted the couch, saved a few pieces. So I cut this piece off, and then removed all the staples. In the process, took this tool and cut an inch long slice out of my finger. Surprised it hasn't bled through yet. Yeah, that's gonna hurt. So the goal is for this piece to be shaped and extend there, so that I'll probably like swoop it here, and it needs to be flush here, and I'll trim it along here and kind of blend this in just a tad bit, and then kind of put a radius on this. I gotta remove the rest of these tacks on here, but I removed all the staples. Anyhow, so this will be then firmly attached and glued and screwed here. And then when I drill the hole, it'll be in a nice, fresh, solid piece. This is just cheap pine or something. I don't know what it is. Then we'll come back and put major screws in here and here, and in here and here. And then she'll be sturdy. I think Joe's gonna take this to school with the kids, but using the jigsaw, I'm just gonna scribe a line along here and along here. And then I'm gonna make a and sand her up, and she'll be good to go. So when I take these guys for a walk, see they're on the sidewalk, not bothering anybody. This little guy decides to sit in the middle of the street. It's 25 feet across, and Roosh just kind of hangs out there. So I'm constantly looking for cars to chase her back into the yard, while these guys are usually going in two directions. Today they're being good, they're going the same direction. Yeah, this is typical. Fucker. Okay, so this is the end result. Probably need to find some red stain, but she seems sturdier. I put screws in all the joints to help hold it together. Down here. Plus remanufacture that side. This is the side we glued back together. Again, I put a big screw through there. I guess if I was inspirational, I could put a screw through here, but you see how that angles back. It doesn't really, there's not a lot of meat there. It has to be down here. Yeah, so we're gonna sit on it. Okay, it creaks, but everything I sit on these days creaks. So we'll call that almost done. I think Jill wants to take it to school for kids to sit outside of her classroom to change their boots, although I suggested that is exactly what this bench is for little kids. They could stack some of their shoes underneath. But this was retrieved out of the school that was demoed in our backyard over a decade ago, and it's been hiding out, so I put it out here. Still got to get that tank filled. She's looking kind of rusty. Maybe I should just exchange on her, then they'll paint it for free. So Anyhow, I got the result of my COVID test. It is negative, so I loaded up on some amitriptyline and some other drugs that will just kind of clear me out. And from my multiple trips to the bathroom, I think it's working in the opposite direction. I didn't want to clean that out, but yeah. So I think I'm gonna drag my butt to work tomorrow, Wednesday. Still gotta take care of this. I don't know if you remember on Saturday, I loaded all those in and all the doors, and then went to the Habitat, and they decided that 5 minutes before they're gonna close, they weren't gonna take anything. So yeah, so anyhow, I wasn't gonna reload it, so it'd be nice to get this done tomorrow. So the electricity ends there, and it's supposed to go over there, but instead it's on the ground. That doesn't look good. Help me understand this. It looks like that tree took the line right out. Interesting. So that's where they disconnected the street, right up there. That breaker should look like that one. It's not connected, and it's right at the end of the street. So that entire leg is disconnected, which is good for safety. Okay, so while it's sunny and dry right now, it was threatening to rain all morning, and I think it did rain a little bit here. Definitely rained where I went. So instead I went to an estate sale, barn sale. So for 10 bucks I got 4 nice high quality hacksaw blades. This kind of cool triangle, it's really a rafting square, so you can adjust the angle. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. By default it's 90 degrees, but you can adjust the angle for doing construction. Not that I do a lot of that, but this is a nice 90 right there. Some seriously nice Weiss center cut sheet metal. Ironically, I'm hopefully done with sheet metal for the most part. Then these bad boys are cool. These are thread tracers, and one of these, that's a number 1, is metric. Yes, this is metric, because that says metric on it. You can't barely read it. Anyhow, these are for cleaning up threads. I've got 1 or 2 of these, but I don't. These are just really nice. And this bastard, and I say bastard because that's what it is. It's a bastard file. Is really nice because it's got an awesome antique handle on it. Look at the patina on that bad boy. Looks like she's got a hole too. I can string it up. So you can always use a good bastard. The other items, these are Craftsman screw extractors. So if you got a screw that's stripped, the head, you can undo it. I believe you go backwards on this till it digs in. And then these bad boys are also Craftsman. This will extract the bolt. So if your head breaks off, you can extract the bolt. So it drills, and then I guess you can re-tap. Not sure. Have to read the instructions, but they're cute. On the same theme, this is a thread restorer. So you've got 2 thread cutters that will help restore threads. It's a thread mate. Yeah, it comes in this handy thing. Didn't know I wanted these, but I do. So these are long extensions for spark plugs. So I got the 2 different sizes that I normally would get, and then they got a wobbly on there. So this is handy, like if you're doing, I don't know, a V6 van and can't see the spark plugs. This I didn't have. This is a 1/2 inch to 3/4, because I got 3/4 sockets. I don't have a 3/4 socket wrench, so this will actually allow me to use my impact and whatnot. A couple gear pullers. This one's got lots of articulation, so I can move it out, move it in, I can move it up and down and flip these around, and I just like her. Some grass seed that expired in May, so that should be really good. Then this is at a different sale. This is a piece of technology I didn't know existed. So it's called Dial-A-Drink. So it has all the recipes for all these different drinks, and then you slide the top around so you hit the name of the drink, then it tells you what goes inside. So like a pina colada has rum, pineapple juice, cream, crushed ice. So this will replace the one I have up there, just because it's neat tech. Drinking tech is important. So yeah, I got all that for $10, and that was $2. I splurged. It's a Friday. Bucket. So I'm not working on the engine today, but it's been moist inside the car for quite a while, and it finally dawned on me that it wasn't the heater core leaking and because the windows would freeze. It's this. I don't know if you can see that, but the drains are full of water. So that one's full, that one looks full, and then there's some in the back here. I don't know. So there's a hole way down there that I need to clean out. So we can give that a go, because that's definitely holding water. Okay, so the bracket doesn't fit. It's a little too small. So like I did in the other one, I cut down the line and I'm just chiseling out, and you can see that fits almost. And then I'm going to take our sweet new file and file down around the edges, because if you look in here, this is not a square 90, it's a rounded edge. And for those that don't believe me, it says flat bastard, so this is a bastard. Okay, so I got the post holders where I want them, 42 inches off the wall, and the posts are just sitting there. Of course, I got these ladders making it level. So next thing I got to do is go up here again with my level, establish a 5-degree slope, mark the top. Then I'm gonna put a board across here and make sure that one's level, since I have the opportunity, and they're both sitting there. Once I've established that I got my line where I want it, and I need to check something else, because my joist boards are different widths, 9 1/4 to 9 1/2. I wish I'd known that before. I think I figured these to be 9 1/2. So if they're low, I can raise them in the field. Yes, but they won't rest on the beam then, but I can put some shimmy laters in there. Yes, at some point I got to put real bolts in here, but it does not bearing any weight. Assuming I get this done today and I don't collapse from a heat stroke. There's a butterfly again. She's dive bombing me. There's another butterfly. Hey, butterfly. Focus. Yeah, we'll try and put our beam across. So we got two 16-footers and they go across here. And then at that point, it gets really fun, because I want to make sure the bottoms are the same distance across. I'll put a couple screws in to tie those down. I need to twist these so that they're square. I need to make sure that the distance here from here at the bottom is the same as the top. I gotta do all sorts of things, and I gotta square off this, and because I can now and I can't later. Once this is in place, then I got my support, then I can start. I'm just looking at this, something doesn't seem right, because that's the beam and it rests on top there. I got some math issues here. I don't think I measured this right, because the beam should be below that board. It doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't look like it's below. Yeah, whatever. So I was measuring the boards that I'm going to install, and a bee stung me. You can kind of tell where it's on this finger, and it's already swelling up, because it should be red everywhere around there, because I've been sucking on the venom. So yeah, this is great. It's just what I wanted. Nice warm hot day, sweat my butt off, and bee sting. I mean, he got me right away. I even saw him do it. He just came zip, bam, gone. I hope he dies. So of course I can only go about 3 inches with the circular saw, and then I ended the ends because I want a nice cut. So the Japanese pull saw actually works really well for this. I was using my hand saw, but you can see it's kind of aged and rusty, and it kept binding in there. But this one is just the right thickness and doesn't bind as much. So yeah, I call this churning the butter. Okay, I got an assist from JB, and we got it up there. Later tonight, it's not so freaking hot, I'm gonna check out the measurements. But the beam is level. The house may not be level, but it's up there. Once I've got that locked into place, so by locked in place meaning screwed together, temporarily, as well as on the bottom, and I've made sure this is square. Then I will put the second post up, screw those together, then use the air gunning, make a beam out of those two. Then the next part starts where I build the frame on top that attaches the house. So they will overhang this by 1 foot this way. So we got a 2 foot overhang this way and a 1 foot overhang this way. But man, I keep going back and forth. I think I'm gonna waterproof it. So I'm gonna put a membrane in between here. This is gonna be out 5 feet. So this is drier, but then it's 8 feet, 10 feet in the air. So water is gonna come sideways, at least lately. So I don't know. And then I got to figure out what I'm going to put on top for the wood. I keep going back between trucks and trying to get some real wood, expensive, nice wood. So. Well, it's Sunday morning and we're still moving Talia's stuff to her new apartment. She bought a sectional. You can see it in the back. So we're going to go over there and try and get that up the stairs. That should be good. We had to break down her queen size bed into 2 twins to get up the stairs. So it's a nice apartment, but the access is very, very, very janky. Another day moving, yay!